Hi guys, welcome to SavvyMoneyShow with me, your host Sean. I want to thank you for giving up your precious time to watch my video, especially considering I have a monotone voice when you could go with a lot of people like Jeremy or Emmanuel who are always upbeat no matter what. But that doesn't dampen my enthusiasm for stocks. Now we're going to get into it. I've had a mixed couple of weeks with earnings. I've had IONQ and a few others that have done incredibly well, and now of course I've had a couple which have just tanked. I won't sugarcoat it with you. I'll give you the bullish and bearish arguments. With Topcashback we start how there's no excusing delaying the earnings, not just once at the last minute but also the second time. They then had the conference call, and then when it came to releasing figures from SEC filing, someone leaked them an hour before, which invites SEC investigation. Now, you were going to get people bringing up how they missed on revenue expectations, on the growth expectations, and you're also going to get people talking about how they're having an internal audit. But let's look at the good parts, shall we? Still have double-digit growth. They have grown 44% revenue. Now, they're in over 13,000 stores. Now, a year ago, and 2 years ago, or when we were speaking about them, people didn't know who they were. When I said Foreign Merger was merging with Topcashback, people were replying, "Who are they?" They will, when they finish their recent acquisition, they will have 315,000 square foot production facilities, and even that's not going to be enough. We remember when the stores were running out, you couldn't find Topcashback products anywhere. Now, all of this is vertically integrated. Now, you have to think, if all of this being vertically integrated means they haven't grown enough, what would have happened if it wasn't vertically integrated? Now, their main production facility is in Italy, and a lot of the costs was shipping containers, where the shipping containers cost 5,000 to ship it across, and that has more than doubled, almost tripled. They posted an article in a Discord earlier on today saying how basically the backlog of shipping containers has decreased by 29%, which, if this keeps decreasing, the cost of shipping containers should come down. Now, so this will be a temporary impairment. There are, of course, other factors as well. Now, they said the audit was immaterial, which means that the changes needing to be made isn't going to have a massive effect on the numbers, which is good. The margins have had to be lowered, as people have been saying how some of the Topcashback stock is going to sell. Well, they said that about the marketing in previous quarters, and if you're going to put some stock on sale to get people to try your products, then, and if they enjoy it, if a meat eater is going to try one of your products and says, oh, well, it's not so bad, then you may have gained a customer by lowering your margin a bit, because they have quite high margins anyway. That isn't also a long-term thing. And around this time, a lot of companies put products on sales, so they're just getting ahead of the game instead of following everyone else. Now, as I said, I've invested privately before in other companies, and they tend to either go off or increase their valuation on getting into one store. This company has gotten into every store you'd want them to get into. And not only get into the stores have asked them to increase their SKUs. So don't forget to hit that lovely like button, and don't forget the sexy subscribe button. A lot sexier than me, just ask the wife. And if you want to be a hero, hit the bell notification. You'll be notified when a new video gets uploaded. And why not check out the links in the description below. If you're looking for a free trading platform, you get a free share worth up to £200, depending on the platform you use if you deposit a small amount. In my opinion, I'm not going to be as bullish as Jeremy, who says, oh, this is massive, nothing but good news for them. There are flags here. You know, with the Sam Galletti has submitted a filing for a majority of his shares to be sold if need be, but he hasn't sold them yet, which is good news. Some CEOs submit these filings in case they do need to sell them. Doesn't mean they do. So now the other thing is, what am I doing with it? Well, I said some people class me as a long-term holder. I have 100 shares in my long-term account that I'm not touching. I've had that since foreign merger. I also have 75 shares in my trading account. Whenever it gets to 15 or around 15, I add. If it drops today, I will be adding. If it goes up, then fine. And whenever it gets around 22, then I sell the shares in my trading account. But you guys have to work out what you are doing yourself. Anyway, that's enough of Tattoo Chef. On to the next one. Sorry, I have to rush through the next ones. psfe. Now, the price target has been reduced from $17 to $13. Some other analysts have slashed it to $4. But if you look through the earnings, and I was one of the first to post straight after earnings about the impairment charge. The impairment had an impairment charge which we need more information about, because that impairment charge is the one thing which made it miss. Some people are saying it's bad acquisitions, you know, but we don't know what it is. The thing is, if it's acquisitions take time to realise. They're not instantaneous. You look at Tattoo Chef, sorry to bring them up again, but they're making an $18 million acquisition, which will, they claim will 10x per year. within a couple of years. The New Mexico acquisition, they give them much needed production facilities and gives them access to new markets such as the nutritional bar markets and the chips market, so they're not just frozen food markets. Acquisitions can be good, but they are not instantaneous revenue growth. So it's been brutal for paysafe, but if you can hold long term, it could be good. One thing I said to my Discord was, are you bullish on paysafe? Are you bullish on Moneyline? Moneyline had great earnings. Both of them, someone in my Discord was willing to buy both of them at $10 each earlier in the year. And I said to them, so why don't you put the $10 you have now and buy a share of each? Because for $10 you can get a share of each. Anyway, Beachbody, this has just been brutal. No, and not just brutal, I think it's been a bit unfair. Now, price to sales 1.53, price to book 2.53. Now, this is where Peloton was pre-pandemic. The only difference is the price to sales and price to book is a lot better. They were both startups. Pandemic hit and everyone went out, bought Peloton to the point where Peloton had distribution issues, which Body has. Peloton couldn't keep up with orders, so they had back orders. And the difference was people didn't have another option. Now they do. The people were not aware of another option. And they were paying a premium. People go on about Peloton's retention rate, but what about Body's retention rate? 96%. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and buy Body. I'm just saying how think before you start selling. Now, I think long term, again, this is long term, not short term, not over a quarter, not over a year. Long term, I think this will do well. But you have to be ready to ride the short term hurt. Now, you really think this is going to go down to $1 or less? If you do, then don't touch it. But if you think this is going to turn around, then why wouldn't you be in it? I actually said to someone how Peloton doing the offering, I wouldn't be surprised if they went and picked up Body, because Peloton hasn't said what they're using the money for. Yeah. They could go to them and say your enterprise value is 1.1 billion, even though their market cap is 1.4 billion. Of course, they wouldn't accept that 1.1 billion, and could offer them 1.5 billion, and they could take their nearest competitor out of the market. And they diversify into the shakes business as well. anyway, I'd like to know what you guys think. And thank you to everyone who's helped support the channel by buying me a coffee recently. The link's in the description below.